Well, if you've been watching this show recently, you know that I just got married. It's been about like a month now. So my wife and I, before the marriage, we signed a prenup, just the usual financial prenup. But our next guest, Dr. Frieda Birnbaum, tells me that we should have also signed an emotional prenup. I'm not even sure exactly what that is, so we got to have her on here. Dr. Frieda, we always love having you on the show. Lay it on me. What is an emotional prenup?
Well, it really only makes sense. We're looking to keep the marriage, not to know what to do after the marriage is over. So how do you prevent the divorce to begin with?
Right.
So we need to really look at some of these things that I think will be helpful to you. What would be a deal breaker for you, Mitch, if you had to, any of the above?
Probably infidelity, something like that along those lines.
Infidelity.
Yeah.
And you know, it's interesting. Most people get a divorce because of the money. That's usually the problem. How to spend it? Are you a spender? Are you a saver? Do you put it in the bank joint
Sure.
account and have separate accounts the same? That's a big deal with the money. And we could go on and on. Do you want me to mention a few of them? So
Absolutely.
because I can get it in. So the other thing is in-laws. That's a huge no-no when you're arguing. Keep your history out of the picture. Your in-laws have nothing to do with dirty fighting. And also know the way you get angry with each other. Some people hold it in, some people let it out. So just to know a heads up what to expect will lessen the time spent being angry. What about children? What about somebody who has children and somebody who wants children? The biggest gift you can give someone is to give them a child, if that's so important to bonding the relationship. Then we're talking about travel, expenses, how to spend your money for entertainment. How long do you want to live in one place, or do you want to live there forever, close to your in-laws or far away from your in-laws? How religious do you want to be? Or do you want to be religious at all? There's so many factors that come into play when you have a relationship that after a while you forget what they were, but you end up arguing about other things that are less important.
And how do you fix those things if they are broken?
Go back to the original contract. You have to listen. You have to know what the other person wants. You have to compromise. And most of all, go ahead and give each other what they need. It's not whether you're right or wrong, but who has the most effect. And you know, people who are married live longer and are happier. So that's good news for you, Mitch.
That is good news. I want to live as long as I
Live
can.
longer, you're happier no matter what happens. You're ahead of the game.
And she's a doctor of nutrition, so I'm going to be eating healthier a lot as well. She's going to make sure
Well,
I'm
I'm a
nice.
doctor of psychology of the mind. But that's
So
okay.
we will listen and follow your great advice. They're great ideas, too. You want more information, Dr. Frieda? Of course, you can go to drfrieda.com. And remember, prenups are all about communication, making sure each other on the same level once you start a marriage. We'll have more after this.